everybody's extremely cautious, right? They're saying that the market tanked yesterday because of the tensions between China and the U.S. beginning to mount. There could be sanctions. There could be more sanctions and tariffs based on what's happening in Hong Kong. The one thing that everybody keeps leaving out is Taiwan. If we are going to be concerned about what is happening with China and Hong Kong, if we are going to consider Hong Kong as part of the communist regime in every way, then we've got to change our policies towards Hong Kong, which Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State, already indicated that we are going to be doing, right? Well, guess what? You got to do the same thing with Taiwan, too. And I'll tell you, if the administration even mentions the word Taiwan, it doesn't sit very well with the Chinese government. Because sure, they care about Hong Kong, but they care far more about Taiwan, which is a very, very strategic piece of geography, not to mention a strong economy. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that because they can't deal differently. They can't deal differently with Hong Kong than they do with Taiwan and vice versa. They can't do that. And that's going to be a real issue moving forward. But here's what my take is on what everybody is concerned about right now in the markets and in the economy. Everybody seems to forget. I would expect mainstream media to forget. I would expect the very liberal-leaning economists that have skewed everything. I don't even know if they know what reality is anymore. So I get that. I know where they're coming from. I understand it. And they're not going to change. That's fine. But we understand, right, no matter what happens with China right now, if tensions escalate, no matter what happens, we have already had a dress rehearsal for all this. And let me tell you, the dress rehearsal worked out pretty much to be flawless. Flawless. It was a very good dress rehearsal. And what I'm talking about is the trade and tariff war, so to speak, that we had that lasted months and months. If you remember clearly, we don't hear much about this, obviously, but if you remember clearly, mainstream media and those liberal economists were talking as if, no, they weren't. They were saying that we were going to have a deep depression if this President Trump trade war sanctions were to continue. Not only did they continue, they got worse. So did we have that depression? Let me remember. Let me think. Here's what we had. Every day, every week, every month, for that period of time, the markets rose to new highs. The market set new records. The economy improved in its strength of its fundamentals every single day leading up to that. Not only didn't we have a depression that everybody was hoping for on the left, things only got better and better and better. Why do I bring that up? Because my take is that it confirms what I had been saying before when there was just a threat of tariffs and trade wars. Chinese import-exports is insignificant to America's economy. And everybody was saying quite the opposite, like they're doing now. But now we have confirmation and proof of how insignificant it is. I was just going by the numbers. I wasn't making some grand statement, some opinion that I'm not right about anything. Yeah, I was right about the statement that I made, but I made the statement based on the numbers. It is such a tiny percentage of our economy. Now, is this different than that? A little bit. Because if he gets really hard-lined on this, we are going to have to make adjustments in supply chains that are going to take 2 or 3 years, and it may cause a slight disruption, but it's not going to impact our economy in any real big way. And we have the dress rehearsal to fall back on to prove what I'm saying. So I wouldn't get too concerned. Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.